In this IBM BPM tutorial, we will learn about gateways. So, what is gateway? Gateway is in the whole process flow. Gateway is like as a checkpoint where they will check some certain type of conditions, and if that condition is met, then they will allow you to move forward. Okay, so there are different type of gateways are supported in IBM BPM. So we have basically four type of gateways: exclusive, inclusive, parallel, and event gateway. We will discuss all these gateways in detail. Gateways are nothing, it's just like I say, if some conditions, okay? So if you see, when you create a process, you will have multiple conditions in flow, okay? So as I told you, in our condition we have, in our process, suppose when the reviewer is reviewing the data, okay, and after reviewing, suppose he finds the request is not fine, okay, it's it's not a proper request, okay. In that case, what reviewer is doing, reviewer is closing the request, because it says if the request is not valid, no point this request should go to loader, okay. So he is trying to close that work item at that point itself. So how you can do such type of thing? So in the process flow, when you create a model, and if you get such type of condition, if else condition, when this is works, it should go to this direction. If this works, it should go to another direction. To implement these things, we make, there is a concept called as a gateway. As the name itself says, somebody has opened a gate, then only you will go, okay. Fine. So there are three type of gateways are here, or in fact four type of gateways. If you see, this diamond color structure is called as a gateway. Fine. So here if you see, just click over here, these are the four gateways: exclusive gateway, inclusive gateway, event gateway, and parallel gateway, okay. So we will see, it's a very simple concept, very similar to gate concepts in the electronics, okay. Inclusive gateway, event gateway, and parallel gateway, okay. Exclusive gateway says there's a minor difference in each gateway, okay. Exclusive gateway says if so how you will implement the gateway, it's something like this. First, let's understand one gateway, okay. Our condition, okay, if here I'm putting, just make one more line, and this line will go sorry, put one in the activity, and since we are closing this data, just put it like this, then save it, and here just make like is request valid. So when the request is valid, okay, fine. If it is yes, so this is no, so I just make as a no, so you can see just no this thing like this. If it is yes, then it should go to this flow. Fine, this is the way we implement the gateway. If you want to put it some name, so just put as a is request valid is yes. So okay, so if you see, the output will come only from one direction, okay. It cannot go to both, okay. If the request, either the request can be valid or invalid, there's no third scenario over here. So where you have such type of thing means in the output only one condition will be true, okay. Again listen, in output only one condition is true. In that case, you will use the exclusive gateway. This is called as an exclusive gateway. And here you just need to give in output only one condition will be true. Okay, fine. Means there is no scope of, but there could be a use case where at output, okay, more than one condition can also be true. Okay, of such type of use case like where suppose you are checking some condition, it's like I say greater than 10, okay, one condition, less than 10, another condition, equal to 10, another condition, and suppose when the number is 15, even if it is greater than 10, but when the number is 15, then there is another condition. Okay, so it means this number 15, okay, so it's like from the gateway at one point two flows are going. One flow is generic where the number is greater than 10, okay, and when the number is greater than 10, then 15 also comes at that point. So it means from the gateway two flows will become true. Okay, if you have something like this, then you have to use the inclusive gateway. Means in output more than one condition will be true. Okay, fine. Parallel gateway says when in output all the conditions are true. All the condition means basically whatever you are sending the input, sometime will happen you have to send that input to all the activity. Whatever the flows are connected, okay. So basically the same thing you have to send to all. Basically, in that case, you are not checking any condition. Whatever is coming, I'm sending to the all, whatever the connection is there, I'm sending to all the connection. So in that case, you will make as a parallel gateway in output. There is no condition, and whatever input comes, we send same input to output. Okay, fine. Event gateway means, okay, in this case, there should be some external event. It could be external event, it could be a time event, or message event. Okay, like this. So we'll come to event gateway when so let's see over here. Since you have to write a condition also here, so where I can write the condition, let's talk about the exclusive gateway. You need to go to implementation, and here you have to write the condition. What is the condition? If not intake review, okay, if reviewer is saying if valid request, because that is the, come over here, go to review, go to if valid request, okay, here equal to, and make as a true, because it's a boolean. So when if request is valid, then it will go to load, otherwise it will go to no end. Okay, so this is the flow. So here yes, no is the default flow. Means if in such scenario where suppose I the default flow, like when no conditions is getting satisfied, then which flow it has to go. So I do not want no to the default flow, I want load to the default flow. Okay, so you can just uh, do like this, and now you became as a load as a default flow. Okay, so in that case you can just change your condition if review is valid request, and you can just make as a false. Okay, like this. Okay, if you again want to change the defaults, you make like this. Okay, so it's just changing the default, your condition is still the same. Now let's see whether it's happening or not. So go to process and open your process and try to test. Click over here, click here, intake, give some request. Submit. Okay, suppose this request is not valid request. Okay, so it came to the reviewer verified, and he saw work stream is not correct. What he did, he didn't check the option. Okay, he gave the review, because every time if it is correct, he has to give the correct here. Well, if review comment, he gave request is invalid, hence cancelling this request. Okay, click on the OK button, finish. Okay, you can see after review your work item is closed. Okay, because it came to this low, it's not going to the loader. Okay, it's very simple. This is the way you can implement. Okay, now as I told you, there is another type of gateway. When you have two conditions are true, then what you need to do, in place of here is you have to make us a inclusive gateway. Okay, your condition, again you have to put a condition over here in each one. Okay, and now your situation could be at one point two condition can also become true. Okay, fine. Let's talk about another one, the parallel gateway. In the parallel gateway, as I told you, in this case, at this point, request will go to load also, and one request will go to end also. Okay, so one request will be closed and one request will go to load. Okay, so this is the parallel gateway. In the parallel gateway, you don't need to give any condition, because whatever is coming, the same thing you are sending to the all the activity. Okay, so if you want to test the parallel gateway, what I will do, because anyway here it is going to end, I will not be able to see whether there are two tasks are getting created or not. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to just put another activity so I can understand the task is assigned to two people. Okay, and I just give some name as a dummy testing activity. Okay, and just in place of no, put it over here. Yes. Okay. You can put any name because you are not checking any condition. So I'm just putting something over here. Submit. Okay. Fine. Refresh it. Go to review document. Okay. Review person. Here, whatever is coming, okay, whether the requester has made the review comment or not, whether the request is valid or not, it doesn't matter. The task will go to load along at this is at this point at here. Okay, so one task should go over here, one task should go over here. So if you go to refresh, and you can see here, one task is assigned to dummy testing, one task is assigned to the load. Now which one you are selecting? You are selecting to dummy testing, then dummy testing task will, it's a default screen. Okay, so if you're done, then this task is get over. Okay, you can see it's closed. Now the load document goes. So if you have such type of use case where you want to send the same task to different team, you can use always the parallel gateway. Fine. So okay, similar way you can also test for the inclusive gateway. Okay, fine. Now let's do one thing. What is the event gateway? Event gateway, as I told you, sometimes the requirement comes. It's like when after review, okay, you have to hold the task, and the task will go to load, okay, when there is some external message will come. Okay, external message will come through web service or through MQ. Okay, through some queue or something. Okay, some external message will come, and when that message will come, then only a task will go to load document. Or after review, just hold all the message. Okay, when it will be 5 o'clock at evening, then only you have to send all the message to the load. Okay, so when due to some external event, your task is getting hold. Okay, so whenever the external event will come, then only your task will move forward. Such type of use cases you will implement using the event gateway. Okay, for understanding the event gateway, we need to understand one more concept that is very important in BPM, that is called as a UCA. Okay, or undercover agent. Okay, so we will discuss about the UCA in that time. Okay, so then we will take separately event gateway when we will understand the UCA. Okay, so this was the gateway. Quite simple concept, but very useful. Very useful when you create the process model, because in every process model will definitely have few gateways. Okay,